a guy that's ready now to contribute on Saturdays for you?
Well, he's coming around. He's practicing hard, doing well, doing some things for us on special teams, and I mean we've played with one tight end every now and then. We play with two tight ends. It's just only so many things you can't do. But he's coming along doing some good things for us and helping our team. And I think when he's called upon, he'll be ready to play.
Well, last week you said you thought the team was getting closer, moving in the right direction. Obviously, Louisville game happens, you win. How have you seen the team respond to that, and do you still see them moving generally in the direction you would like?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that all starts in practice, just the way they're practicing, the way they are in meetings. I think now guys are getting a better understanding of what we're doing. Now they're asking better questions, and those things are paying off for us. But one thing I say about our guys, they've been learning from their mistakes, and that's why we're making improvements.
How encouraging is that the guys are learning and not making the same mistakes over and over again at this point?
That's part of coaching, and that's part of getting better. You always say you're getting better, you're getting worse. No one stays the same, and our guys wasn't happy with where we were and wanted to make improvements. So the only way to do that, you got to work, and they've been working to get better and then making the plays they need to make on the field when we need them to be made. And so that's been helping us, and we need that to continue. We need to continue to play winning football, which is not turn the football over and not have so many silly penalties.
Coach, offensively, you had some fast starts and also some strong finishes, but what's the key to putting that together in a complete game?
Just kind of how I've been saying all week is just playing consistent football and consistent winning football. And again, that's not turning the ball over or those silly penalties that ends drives for you. So if we can continue to get better at those things and continue to play and make those winning plays that we did there in the second half of the Louisville game, then good things will happen for our guys. But that's got to be consistent over 4 quarters.
Are you expecting to have Landon and Derek available Saturday?
It's a possibility. They keep coming along, getting better. Feel really good about Derek and Landon. Not sure.
Was it like did he re-aggravate something possibly?
Yeah, he re-aggravated his ankle again. But he's a tough kid and loves to play and did a good job for us. And so if there was anybody else, I'd probably say no. But when it's Landon, you can't ever count him out,
Willie,
especially in a game like this.
Sorry, South Florida has obviously been such a big recruiting area for all the state schools. Probably every school in the country.
Oh, exactly.
But what is a game like that, the opportunity to play down there, what does that do from a recruiting standpoint?
Well, it's great. You get the chance to go down with some of the guys you're recruiting, and they get to see you playing live. It's a long drive up from Miami, so they don't get to necessarily see you in person, but they get to see you in person live. They get to be a part of that rivalry and seeing what that game is like. I think all those kids that go to school at Miami or Florida State, that's one of the reasons to be able to play in this ball game. So to be able to go down there and perform in front of those guys, it always helps you.
As a coach, is recruiting down there different than all the other parts of the country in terms of just the competition and all the players and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, very different. And again, there's a lot of talent down there, and football is a way of life. Everything they do, and you got to have relationships, and you got to be genuine and honest with those young men. And they all love football, and they all want to better themselves.
Coach, what type of energy do you expect from Miami and their fans on Saturday? It's your first time dealing with it.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I expect for them to be crazy.
I know a lot of talk has been about your offensive line, but Miami's offensive line have had their own issues so far. How important is it for your defensive line to impose their will a little bit on Saturday?
Well, our guys got to play better than what they had before. I think it's important that we all play better. Defensive line-wise, we have high expectations for those guys coming in the year, and that hadn't changed yet. We expect for those guys to go and play at a high level against a really good football team, and we need for them to. Miami does a great job running the football too, and so we got to do a good job of stopping the run, and we know that'll be a challenge, but I think our guys will be up for it.
The execution and consistency, you want to see those kind of small steps throughout the season, but the want to. Can you see a jump? Can you expect a jump out of your team in a game like this on Saturday?
No doubt. I mean, I think if you look at the last couple of games, you've seen the improvements from our guys. It's just, again, you see a team that's learning their system and just getting better as we play games. And again, in this game like this, you don't have to tell them much. They'll be ready to play. You know, we just got to be able to control our emotions in the right direction to help us be successful. So don't have to tell them much. We just got to go out and execute and play at a high level.
We've heard so much this week about the bag and the chain and all that. I mean, obviously,
Is that right?
forcing turnovers is always important. Does that go to another level in a rivalry game like this?
Hopefully for us, it goes to another level. We don't want to turn the football over. You hear me say that every week, and this week in particular, you definitely don't want to turn the ball over. You want to take care of the football, and we want to see the bag.
There was a lot of physicality in practice the other day. Do you hope that translates over into the game? I
don't have to hope for it. I think every time you see this game, whenever you see this rivalry, you're going to see big plays on both sides of the field. You're going to see some physicality out there and some talented athletes on the football field. I think we all know that. That's what makes this rivalry so special, and why this game of football is special is games like this and seeing so many talented athletes going out there playing with their head like their hair is on fire. It's pretty cool to see.